tuning in. I told you guys that if we can find a way to find some light into the end of this tunnel, we need to do just that. And just like that, we found a way. Cowboy Nation, we did. Oh, I can't wait till next week. We get this helmet back, right, Cowboy Nation? So it's time to get refocused, time to get back into the mix. And that thing is this right here, Cowboy Nation. Hear me out. Did the Bills win today? They didn't win. Oh, snap. Did the Green Bay Packers win today? Did the Rams win today? So, did the Cowboys win today? No. The Cowboys didn't win. But I can tell you guys right now, we know that the Buccaneers, they had a week off, right? And we just seen the Rams lose today. So the only team that won, that held that W, was the quote-unquote Arizona Cardinals. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, Cowboy Nation, is that now all we got to do is still take care of things that's in front of us. Now, I got to give shots out to Michael Parsons. Believe it or not, he had a hell of a game, 2.5 sacks in this game, and he showcased to the world that, hey, I'm a valid pick, you know what I'm saying? Now, an L is an L, but you got to learn from your mistakes. And the Dallas Cowboys must figure out a way to keep the momentum going. Now, granted, all this week, hear how it's going to be fire and brimstone. They're not going to talk about the Rams loss. They're not going to talk about the Green Bay Packers loss. They're not going to talk about any of the other teams that lost, that held that L, but they're going to talk about the Cowboys Nation's loss, right? And it was an embarrassing loss. At some point at a time, you looked forward and you looked at everything and you said, hey, there was 30-0 on the board. 30-0. So at the end of the day, I'm just preparing your mind, Cowboy Nation. Just be ready for it. But now it's time to get refocused. Nothing really shift, nothing really changed. I looked at my comment feed. I got a text message from my brother. He was key, and he laughing. And by the way, my brother is a die-hard Eagles fan. And he was laughing, left and right, had the memes already loaded. And I said, hey, bro, you better be careful. And just before his game kicked off, I said, hey, man, we'll be paying attention to your game. And the Eagles held that L real hard today. But they was ready. And the Giants, you can talk about the Giants' victory, okay, in the NFC East. But like I said, we're 6-2. But they're going to make it painted like that we're 2-6 at this time. And they fail to realize that even Dak Prescott, I mean, he had a horrible game. Let's just call a spade a spade. You know, I didn't get a chance to watch the Bills game. I'm going to watch that one next. But, hey, it's a situation that we're going to have to look into this thing and say to ourselves, all right, cool. We'll find out. We'll find out. Y'all can't wait to see this helmet, huh? I know y'all can't wait to see this helmet again. Y'all said no more red stripes, baby. No more red stripes. Shout out to you, Larry. I don't think that cap bothered him. He said it was really, he was really rusty. Yeah. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, hear me out, Cowboy Nation. There's so many people are looking for an excuse. And if you look for it long enough, you will find it, right? Let's be real. You know, if you look for it long enough, you'll find it. Dak Prescott was flat out rusty. Dak Prescott didn't look to himself and say, okay, yeah, he was right on the money. Think about it. I think it was 2 big plays that if he connected, it would have been a change of the whole entire outcome of the game. And I'm not finna bury Mike McCarthy when I was praising him about making the necessary adjustments. I'm not finna bury him. Just like I gave him a mulligan. I gave him a mulligan last season, and I got to give him a situation to make the rebound. Sometimes you learn more from your failures, unfortunately. I would rather for us to go to the drawing board and say, okay, Cowboy Nation, we lost a game that we should have at least been more competitive with. And the Broncos competed. I recall their particular coach, he said, hey, not many people can win in that stadium. And I don't know if it was just good gamemanship, but he said, hey, it wasn't an easy win for them. It wasn't easy. Although the score says something different, that goes a long way, not a short way. It do. But nothing changed in the NFC at all, nothing. All of the teams that was earmarked to be one of the better teams in the NFC, they lost outside of the Cards, and we played them, and the Cards already had an L, so they only a game ahead of us, and we played them, so the match to match, the head to head, we can get them. We flat out can. Don't cancel us out. Don't close us out. It's an any given Sunday. The Jacksonville Jaguars just beat the Bills, right? Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know if I'm lying. So we got to stay focused, Cowboy Nation. Got to stay locked in, locked in. It's 4 quarters in the game. Shout out to you, Johnny. Appreciate you. You're going to get knocked down sometimes, fam. You're going to take an L here and there. That's the process of the game, baby. The Reaper, what's good, man? Every good team lost. Yeah, but they're going to paint the picture where it's the Dallas Cowboys, which was a bad loss, by the way. It was very bad. Larry 22, you think they're going to switch it? And pretty much Larry saying, do you think they're going to switch Lyle Collins to left tackle? Name of this game is to get Tyron Smith healthy. To me, from my inexperience as it relates to the offensive front five, still play better at right tackle versus him playing at left tackle. I'm not finna make the argument that's not my ankle. That's not my angle. So don't get it twisted. I'm not finna sit here and say that Steele is better than Lyle Collins. I'm not saying that. But Steele played better at right tackle. Left tackle is a whole different world. And we do know in the previous 5 games that we won, right? It was 6 games that we won, right? 6 games with Terrence Steele. He didn't look like what he looked like tonight. The only 2 games that we lost, unfortunately, Lyle Collins been at right tackle. I'm not trying to make no analysis. I'm not trying to make no comparison. I'm just telling you guys what the real deal Holyfield is right here. The front 5 is delicate. The front 5 is something that you all have to look at it as one beat, one heartbeat. Everybody got to be on the same page. As old folks say, everybody got to be singing from the same hymnal. You've seen, I've heard and I watched many of people who said that Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott didn't look the same this game. Well, excuse me, who sets up the lane? Who runs behind? It's differences when you run the ball, Cowboy Nation. Like I said, I'm not offensive line, but I'm quite sure I can run. I know how to run. I know how to cut. I know how to read, plant foot, get upfield, shifty. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ran a 4.40. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to lie to kick it. I got trophies, plaques on the wall, records that nobody never even beat down there in Wilkerson County, down there in Mississippi, of course. I'm talking about Mississippi. My name is on the wall as it relates to stats or what have you. And I'm not saying that's on a high school level, not on a collegiate level nor NFL. But I can tell you that vision, running, you got to have something when it's in front of you. You got to be comfortable doing such. You ran a 4.3? Well, you a bad man. You faster than me. I'm 4.4 guy. And my little nephew, he just ran a 4.4. And the way he's looking, it look like he gonna go to the league if he continue to stay focused. Shout out to Cash. I'm gonna show y'all some of his highlights. But go to my Instagram page. I got him out there. The boy is running. Main thing is because he listened too. Listen, it's what's in the head. You're a 5'8" guy. Shout out to you, Dominique. The Rams lost, Xavier. Yeah, that's the whole point of me doing this video, because nothing changed. Nothing changed. All I can tell you guys is this right here. With this particular team, they're going to have to figure it out as it relates to right tackle, left tackle. Both of those boys look like what's on the bottom of your feet tonight. Dak Prescott was running for his life. He didn't feel comfortable. This was the best game from what I can tell you guys from the interior. Did you guys worried about Connor Williams today? Did you guys worry about Tyler Biadasz today? The boys in the inside. The moment the boys in the inside do a good job, it's on your outside. Cardinals won though. The only reason why I can tell you, yeah, the Cardinals won, but we haven't faced them yet. So we would still place them head to head, right? Yeah. And Sucky should have played. I mean, I feel you. And the only thing that you can look at it like this, Todd Sucky is what it is. The offensive line coach was at the mercy seat. One thing I do know about coaches, and if you ever coached a game, you look at players where they're going to become, not where they are at. You look at players and say, okay, I want to continue to develop players. I don't want to shield them. I do not want to stop them from developing. And one of the hardest decisions was Joe Philbin to look at this offensive line and say, okay, Terrence Steele, I really like your progressions. I like your growth, but I'm refusing to bench you. I'm refusing to do that. And this little political into that arena, but there's no way that you can map out or draw up a plan to say, okay, all right, Lyle, this is week 2. We want you to continue to ride the bench. There's no way you can do that. Especially when the person that's writing the check saying, hey, I'm paying you to elevate players. I'm paying you to have Lyle Collins out there. We will fall on the sword, but I'm paying you to get these boys ready. That is the reality of it. Buy a new car. I want somebody to buy a new car and just park it in the garage, and you're still making payments on it. And don't take it out, at least even on a Sunday. Let me know. Who buys a new car and just park it in the garage? No. They're going to look at it like, hey, oh, so you really like Terrence Steele? Todd Sucky won't be here in 2 years. Todd Sucky probably won't be here next year. But Terrence Steele will. Hamilton did a 180 from last week. That's my dog. He's from Natchez, Mississippi, man. And like I said, he had a hell of a game last week. This week, I mean, he didn't finish, man. He didn't finish, and shout out to him. Like I said, I'm not here to lie to kick it. His mom babysitted me, and we are real close. We are real close. And I can go deep into the details of it, but it's not, necessary at this point. But I can tell you, Carlos Watkins, you go back and watch the tape, he did a good job. And for everybody talking about Brent Urban, I'm not trying to use stats as a solution. But so far, even with Brent Urban, he only played 60 snaps. Now, could we use 3 or 4 of those snaps last night? Yeah, we could have. But he a bridge guy. The reinforcement is coming. Navell Gallimore is coming, Cowboy Nation. Navell Gallimore is coming. Oh, excuse me, DeMarcus Lawrence is coming. Tristan Hill, we waiting on him to come, but he's coming. But football as a collective, our depths as relates to stopping the run, we got to. And not often you're gonna face a Gordon who ran like you know what, and then that Williams kid, oh my gosh. I think he averaged, was it 7 or 6 or something like that yards per You know, Law Nation. Let me tell y'all something. Tony Pollard had a nice game, kick return. Tony Pollard did a great job in kick return. He looked like when he was making his cuts, he didn't really feel confident in this particular game. But Tony Pollard, he still fought, and I like that, the extra push. But we just got to stay focused, man. A lot of drops and a lot of things. We do. Cowboys going to be 9-2. This is from Xavier. I appreciate you on that. You know, thou should decree a thing and it shall be established. Ride or die. I see you. Yeah. Cowboy Nation. We got a lot of things to look back at and be proud for, right? How did Lyle look in his first game back? Watching through some of it, and like I said, I'm not an offensive line guy. But if anybody can book Duke Manyweather, he gave, like I had a real live face-to-face conversation with the brother. And we was at the Colony, and he said he'd go out to eat. I'm not finna go name the restaurant, don't wanna give up important details. But he said, hey, on this certain day, we go out to eat every week on this certain day. Offensive line talk, we talk strategy, we talk about what they need to improve on, what things are they feeling uncomfortable about, what things that he see, technique. And he literally looked me right in my eyes, and he don't have no reason to lie, and said he felt uncomfortable with Terrence Steele playing at that left tackle. And he represents, like, he's not an agent or what have you, but he's a guy that put his hands on players to make sure that they plan the right proper technique. And he said he felt as if though Terrence Steele should remain. Now, y'all want to go talk about my dog Trayvon Diggs? There's never been a DB that never got burned, right? A DB always have to have short-term memory. And Tim Patrick, he's a hell of a guy last night, 6'4", 212 pounds, and he was running. And I saw the picture, he stood on the star with his hands out, and he played with a chip on his shoulder. He played with something to prove. And he got up on my dog, man. At the top of the route, you could be physical, you could be aggressive. And at the top of the route, I mean, he did what he had to do. Threw old boy off balance, took the touchdown, got the tub. I think that was Diggs' first touchdown given up, right? Yeah, Matt. Dak didn't look too good today. Dak damn sure didn't look too good today. Dak Prescott, Diggs. We can throw in Ezekiel Elliott, who averaged 5.1 yards per rush, had a knee contusion or knee issue. We as a collective, and both of the tackles, I mean, this is by far Terrence Steele's worst game. It looked like 2020 Terrence Steele, right? And Lyle Collins, not saying that he's trash or anything. I would never say that about these boys out here, man. But Lyle Collins, it looked like he was coming off of a 5 or 6 game of waiting, right? So what they're gonna have to do, when they look back at this tape tomorrow, and they look back at the tape Tuesday when they do their installs, and they go into those meeting rooms, and they come out Wednesday, they're gonna have to stay focused. The Falcons, just like the Denver Broncos, hear me out, Cowboy Nation, don't crucify me. But the Falcons are looking at it. Did the Falcons just win, right? They're coming off of a win, and they looking at it like, hey, we gotta stack this on top of this, and we gotta stack that on top of that. So they come into play. And of course, they looking at Dan Quinn, and if anybody, Ryan, is gonna look at that system and say, hey, I know Dan Quinn's defense. I know what makes him tickle. and he's gonna have a boatload of confidence. And we just gotta punch the Falcons in the mouth. Now, I can tell you, the game plan would be stop the run, make them one-dimensional. I don't think that the Falcons possess the running attack like we just witnessed. Those boys seemed like, man, they were bouncing off of us, man. You know what I'm saying? They was running, baby. They was running. Yeah. Appreciate y'all as y'all tune in, man. Y'all get those likes up for the brother. You know, hit that like button, share this content. Yo, only here for a little while. You can't underestimate a team and opponent. Yeah, you can't. At this point, it's an any given Sunday. Nobody. See, y'all think that I'd be angry and upset. I get mad and I talk, my voice. It's like my voice is my voice. It's just how I talk, right? It's not a docile voice. It's this deep and heavy voice. You know, and I know, I know. I tell my daughter to do something one time and she jumps. That's just how my voice is. So don't get it like I'm yelling at you guys. Y'all, some of the people that's new, this is y'all first time being here after a loss. But this is how it is. My voice is my voice. But I tell you, when I say things, I mean it. When I say it, I mean it. And at the same time, the NFL, I heard people say, "Law, this is not a battle. This is not war." And I tell people all the time, can you say that to Ryan Shazier? Can you say that to Ryan Shazier, who was laid out on the field? Can you go to him and say, "Hey man, Ryan, don't take this so serious, it's just a game. This is war, baby. They coming to take your head off when you go across the middle. They coming to lay the wood. Regardless of your opposition, regardless of your opponent, you got to take this thing to heart when you out there, and you got to play through the echoes of the whistle. If not, the moment you let up, anything can happen to you. Anything can happen to you. It's a game. It's a game, yeah. But no, it's a war. This is battle, baby. You will lose if you race me in a 40. Somebody said you got to race in 40. You'll lose. Come, I'll tell you what. Come meet me at the Star in Frisco. No. Come down to the Cowboys experience this weekend at Toyota Music Factory. We'll lace them up and we'll see who we're in. I'm faster than you, fam. I can already tell by the way you're typing. See how athletic this body is, bro? You ain't ready. All right, next week, Dallas Cowboys 7-2. I feel you, fam. I feel you. Terrence Steele was a bust at left tackle. Well, I feel you on that. Yeah, get them clicks, man. You talking, you ain't real. Let me see a YouTube video of you. Post me your link, man, in your YouTube video. Send me a text. Y'all ain't. Hey, we don't have that red stripe no more, baby. We don't have that red stripe no more, baby. We don't look. We don't have that red stripe no more. Survival to the fittest. You right, Jessica. Yeah, that red stripe gone. I ain't talking about the drag. Yeah, that red stripe gone. It's gone, baby. It's gone. So it was good seeing it. It was good seeing the team with the red stripe. But the tribute was nice. But I don't think that the Cowboys under J. Reed Jones administration will ever put that red stripe on it again. So do you think, miss your comment here. Miss your comment. So you think Dallas was rusty? How can I put this? I think they was discombobulated, if I can say that, you know. I think that's something new. All right, I challenge you guys. For those who watching this video, before you go to bed, if you sleep on the left side of the bed, tonight, for me, sleep on the right side of the bed. and let me know how it feels. Sleep on the opposite side of the bed. Look, I'm to this point that I can't think that the Cowboys were even cocky. I seen somebody just posted that. Cocky would be, hey, you keep everything the same. You don't just change and do wholesale changes, right? You'd have kept Terrence Steele at right tackle, and you'd have rolled Tyler Sucky out there and say, hey, we just did it last week with this offensive front. That would be cocky, right? Let me ask y'all this. Y'all saw the game. Was the Buffalo Bills rusty today? I mean, come on. Yeah, I know you guys saw the game. What happened to them? Were they rusty? Huh? Oh, were the Rams rusty? Oh, let me use y'all vernacular. It was a trap game for the Rams because the Rams looked at their opponent, and although they were winning and everything, they was without Henry. So they looked at it saying, okay, we can relax because we're going to win this game because we got Von Miller and we got a better quarterback, blah, 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 right? So it was a trap game using y'all vernacular, right? For the Rams versus the Titans because they said, well, they don't got their running back. They don't have their elite star player on the opposite side. No. Oh my God. see, people use words loosely without the understanding of the definition of it, right? But I get it. But if that makes you feel better, then use it, right? So Malik Turner interview, he said Gallup will be back next week. Gallup was at the event. Cowboys looked at it like, okay, we want him good for the final stretch. Gallup looked like he could still get it going. At practice, he was okay all this week. They gave him an extra week on IR or what have you. I think that Gallup against the Falcons, it's not a common opponent, but it's like a common opponent because Gallup played against the Falcons before. And I think that Gallup, he's looking at it, that he's chomping at the bit to get out there. Now, what this do to Cedric Wilson, it could be a situation that Cedric still start, of course, CeeDee Lamb, but they might check Amari Cooper for this week. Amari Cooper been dealing with a lot of injuries, Cowboy Nation, a lot of them. And he got a bone or axe to grind with some of us as it relates to the media portion of it, and he's ready. Ace, shout out to you. He said we got humbled today. I mean, you can look at it that way, y'all. Yeah. But at the end of the day, nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed in this division. Shout out to the Giants. Did the Giants just won back-to-back games? Are they on a 2-game winning spree? Shout out to the Giants. I think that they won a game with heavy hearts against the Raiders, though. At the end of the day, I mean, Henry Ruggs was a part of that organization, and I'm not saying that they lost only because of that. No, but with heavy hearts, man. From what they're dealing with that young kid, I heard that he's going to get 46 years in the pen, and could be possible more if they tacked some more stuff. And I got a chance to see the video of Henry Ruggs speeding through, man. They're like the Flash going through there as he hit the back of the other automobile, and the guy that pulled the lady, well, was trying to pull the lady out. She was still alive, fighting for her life, man. And if you guys are having fun right now, if you're out and about, call it Uber, call Lyft, call Pookie and Ray Ray. Somebody. Xavier says 8-2. Yeah. Sad to see this man ruin his whole life, man. Football is a relief to some people, right? People play it since they in Pop Warner. People play it for immunizations. and it's an escape. The fans, we root for it, but the players, they out there, it's war, right? It's bodies flying out at you. But with this particular profession, you get a great deed of money. You can set your kids up for a lifetime, right? So I just hope that the players on our team see this, they get over this loss, and they look at Henry Ruggs' situation and they say, hey, we ain't finna go out there and drink our lives away and party or what have you. We just gonna lock in. We got focus on the Atlanta Falcons. I'm still gonna talk about the Dallas Cowboys versus Broncos game until I think the last day of the final word. Last day of the final word is Tuesday, so we do that, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be all Atlanta Falcons talk, right? Objectively speaking, but my guys over there, the OC, Big Game James, Boss Cowboy, we would do the final recap on that one Tuesday night because that's how our show lined up, and we got some other special things throughout the week that we're gonna showcase, Cowboy Nation. But I just want to just get out here real quickly and talk to you guys. Atlanta Falcons is no Broncos, yeah, but at the end of the day, we're 6-2, which either way, people thought that we was going to be that, right? In the last 2 weeks, people thought that we were going to lose against the Vikings, right? And probably win against the Broncos, but the L came in a different way. We beat the Vikings, right? And then we holding the L on the Broncos. Now, goes to show you guys how life works in this crazy, weird way. Just like everybody gave roses and praises to Mike White, right, when he won, right? And then the following week, when he held an L, then everybody forgot all about that. That's how quick this world will change and flip on you. 1 week you're a hero, the next week you're a zero. And we know this with the Cowboys Nation, because even DeMarcus Ware was saying like, hey, why are these people leaving before the end of the whistle? And I get it, 30-0, big 3-0 on the board. I absolutely get it. I do. But at the end of the day, you fight and you get this thing over with. You fight and get this thing over with. You stack what you can learn and you pick those things up. And then you say, okay, let's regroup and let's stay refocused. Let's get right back into it. Yeah, he got injured. This is from Jaja, is it JJ? Jaja, JJ, appreciate you. Great show, Law Nation, appreciate you. Appreciate all of you guys. That's just my final observation. I told y'all I'm gonna celebrate if the Rams lose tonight. And hey, nothing changed, baby, nothing changed. But watch, pay attention. All this week, they got a lot of material for all of the haters, and they're gonna lean on that. And they're gonna play on your hearts and minds, Cowboy Nation. DC for life. I can't wait to see y'all this weekend at the Toyota Music Factory. For whoever said they want to race me, I got you. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Oh, we better have this helmet on, right? We better have this helmet on. Stafford looked like the Lions. Hey, was he rusty? You know, was he rusty? What was his excuse? Let's go, Cowboy Nation.